Did Terence Crawford break up Errol Spence and Derrick James? As an Errol Spence fan, Terence Crawford fans are gonna love this video, because as an Errol Spence fan, this shit hard to talk about. I don't even want to talk about this shit, but as I tell y'all all the time when I get in front of this cameraman, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth and give you my true analysis of the situation, whether it's in favor of my favorite fighters or whether it's not. I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, catch me live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. I'm also live every Sunday morning with the Singing OG, KQKC Boxing Network, Sunday mornings 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I ask that you join the channel as a member. Drop super chats and super thanks when you come by the live streams and the videos that we do. And hit me up if you want to debate. You can hit me up on my email, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. Or you can just come by my channel while I'm live and we can get it cracking right then and there. All you got to do is hit that link. But let's get to it. So, these are rumors. We don't know if they're substantiated, but a lot of times when you see a lot of rumors and where there's smoke, there's typically fire, right? And what's being said is that Errol Spence and Derrick James are at odds. Derrick James is allegedly suing Errol Spence because he feels like Errol Spence has underpaid him for his work that he did with him on the Terence Crawford fight. Now, gotta tackle this from a lot of different ways. First, let's get the Terence Crawford part out of the way, man. It's just not a good look. Whether Terence Crawford is, and I'm smiling because it just is what it is. It looked how it looked, right? And it just don't look right that after Terence Crawford put on that master performance and beat Errol Spence the way that he beat him, he put on the performance of the year. It's between him and Monster Inouye, with what Inouye did to Cool Boy Fulton for 2023. But for performance of the year, I edge Terence Crawford because I think Errol Spence is at a higher level and a better fighter than Stephen Cool Boy Steph. I'd have to say Terence Crawford performance of the year, Monster Inouye close second for what he did to Stephen Fulton. But with that being said, after that, you've been with Derrick James your entire career, and after what happened between you and Terence Crawford, now y'all looking like y'all at odds and breaking up. It just looked like, you know, from the outside looking in, it's, hey man, the Terence Crawford break y'all up. Like, that's what a Terence Crawford fan gonna think. That's what an Errol Spence hater gonna think. And you know, it's part of this boxing talk. People gonna talk their shit, and you gotta roll with the punches. So it's just not a good look that they're going through this right after the Terence Crawford fight. And the other reason why it looks like, you know, Terence, people, I don't want to say looks like, the other reason people can make a good argument that this shit is happening because Terence Crawford beat Errol Spence is because you can't help but wonder, you know, the coin landed on heads. What if the coin landed on tails? And what I mean by that, the coin landed on heads. Terence Crawford won that fight and beat Earl ass, bro. What if it landed on tails? What if Earl had beat Terence Crawford ass? Would this even be a discussion? One can't help but wonder. Shit, I can't help but wonder myself. If he had beat Terence Crawford like I wanted him to, like I rooted for him to, like I picked him to, if he had beat him and beat him up the way that Bud won that fight and beat him up, if Earl had did that to Bud, would this even be a conversation? Will him and Derrick James even allegedly be at odds right now? And if someone asks themselves that question and they come to the answer being, nah, bro, if he had won that fight, this shit wouldn't even be a conversation. You can't help but be like, damn, bro, you got a good point. And that's just me keeping it 100 with y'all. Like, I don't know if we're even making this video here on Knockout Boxing 86 TV. I don't know if I'm even having this conversation with you guys if Earl would have won that fight. So that's the Terence Crawford side of it, bro. It's a bad look that they're going through this shit right after the Bud fight, and that it seems to be because of pay owed to Derrick James in his mind, stemming from the Bud fight. And if you had won the fight, would this even be an issue? If you had whooped his ass, would we even be here today? You can't help but, you can't help but wonder that, right? Now let's get to what's actually reportedly and allegedly and rumored to be going on about this pay from Errol Spence not paying Derrick James what he got from what he was supposed to pay him, or what Derrick James feels he was supposed to pay him, and why Derrick James is allegedly suing him. From my understanding, from what I've been able to piece together from different reports and rumors and outlets and social media, is apparently Derrick James feels like Errol Spence owes him more money because he's only paying him from the guaranteed purse. So obviously Errol Spence and Derrick James have trained together, have worked together their entire lives, but or Errol Spence's entire career, and this is supposed to be stemming from Errol only paying him their percentage, whatever they agreed to, from his guaranteed purse, and wanting to keep all of the money from the back end to himself. Now, immediately in my mind, I'm thinking, if this is the issue, what was their agreement for the Danny Garcia fight, the Sean Porter fight, the Yordenis Ugas fight? Because all those fights was on pay-per-view too. So did Errol allegedly pay him from the guaranteed purse on those fights too, and nothing on the back end? Was that their agreement? Or did he pay him from all of his stuff together from those fights? So for back end and front end money, for the purse and the back end money, did he pay him a percentage of that from those fights, and then try to change it up for the Bud Crawford fight? Do they have a written contract? Because they like brothers. You know what I mean? So do they have a written contract, or was this kind of, my word is my bond, handshake agreement type shit that a lot of people that's real close in business do? You can't help but ask those questions. And what I would say, without having all the information, I would just simply say two things. Number one, my advice to you watching this video, I don't give a damn if it's family or not. Get that shit in writing. You do business with your family, that's cool. Y'all can be family. Ain't no problem. Get whatever agreement y'all got. Get that shit in writing. That would be advice number one, right? Get whatever you need in writing, whatever y'all agree to. Just because y'all family right now, y'all cool right now, that don't mean y'all gonna be cool when it come to money. Money make family turn into your enemies and shit, man. So that's the first part. Sound like it might be some misunderstanding. Then the second part, I would want to know, to draw my conclusion on who's right and who's wrong, is if you Derrick James and y'all agreement for the Danny Garcia fight, y'all agreement for the Sean Porter fight, y'all agreement for the Yordenis Ugas fight, and I don't think Earl had any other pay-per-view fights. Oh, and the Mikey Garcia fight. If y'all agreement on all those other fights was you get paid a portion of his guaranteed purse, and y'all didn't make any changes, then I don't know why you would expect to get back end money when you wasn't getting back end money to begin with. I don't know why you would think that that's part of your percentage if it wasn't your part of the percentage for those other pay-per-view fights. That would be my first question. What did the pay look like for Derrick James on those other pay-per-view events that Errol Spence had? Was it just one of the things where Earl like, bro, like, we've been doing this shit. Mikey Garcia, you got 10% of my purse, or 5% of my purse, whatever agreement they have, right? Shit, Danny Garcia, you got 10% of my purse. Yordenis Ugas, you got 10% of my purse. You know what I mean? Sean Porter, you got 10% of my purse. And then now all of a sudden you get the Bud Crawford, and now you want the back end percentage too? Like, we never did it like that. Why would you want to do it? Like, I can understand that, but I can also understand Derrick James' part, where it's like, dog, you've been giving me back. Like, if he was getting the whole thing together, 10%, say, bro, you've been giving me this shit the whole time, and now you want to change it up. Or I can also understand Derrick James' point of view, like, yeah, bro, but this is the biggest fight of your life. This is the most money. Like, you got to break bread with me. So I can't say who right and who wrong without all the information. All I can simply say is it don't look good, and Terence Crawford fans gonna have fun with this shit. You can't blame them, because I'd be having fun with this shit too if the shoe was on the other foot. If Errol Spence beat that ass and then Bo Mack and Terence Bud Crawford broke up, yeah, you gonna be getting videos and live streams about how Earl broke their ass up. So talk y'all shit, Bud fans. It's y'all day, whatever. Secondly, I just hope they work this shit out, man. He should end his career with Derrick James. Derrick James and Errol Spence do not need to split up. Y'all done went this far. One loss don't mean y'all need to split up, and hopefully y'all can work the money out. What I would say for Earl is make sure you take care of DJ, man. You got the money to do right by him. What I would say to Derrick James is, man, whatever y'all agree to, bro, if he paid you that, then don't get greedy. So if y'all agree for him to pay a certain part of his purse to you, which is 10% of his purse, which is standard for trainers or whatever, most trainers get 10%. If that's what y'all agreed to, that you was gonna get 10% out of his purse and not 10% out of his earnings, then bro, and he paid you that, then he paid you what you owe, bro. And if you don't like it, renegotiate it for the next one. He ain't finna retire. He gonna be on pay-per-view again. He gonna be getting big bags again. If you ain't, just redo the goddamn agreement that y'all have. If it's like that, but more importantly, I want to see these two brothers work it out, man. It's Dallas, Texas over here on my channel. Y'all know that. So these two Dallas, Texas brothers that's repping Dallas, that put on for the city like no other when it comes to the sport of boxing. Man, go work that shit out, bro. And hopefully they work it out behind closed doors. And hopefully all these rumors are not true. Hopefully this video is for no fucking reason. But we talk about everything over here, so there's my take on it, bro. There's my take on it. Hopefully y'all understood what I was trying to say. Let me know what you think. Comment below. Smash the like, sub to the channel. I'll see y'all soon. Peace out.